Hi everybody, it's Terry Gaines. I'm going to give you some assembly tips on making this cute little Easter basket designed especially for the Cadbury Easter egg. For this project, we need 2 pieces of cardstock for the basket that are cut at 1 3/4 by 2 3/4. For the handles, we need 2 pieces of cardstock cut at 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. We are going to cut these out using Stampin' Up dies. For the handles, we have the layering oval framelits, and I'm cutting out both pieces of cardstock at the same time using the magnetic platform, which will hold the dies in place. And by running these through the Big Shot, I'll get 2 handles. For the baskets, I'm going to be using the Picnic Basket Builder Framelit dies in the Occasions catalog. For the basket, we have a die that's going to cut the basket, then we have a die that's going to emboss this pretty basket weave onto it. Because of this die, the embossing die, we can only cut one out at a time. So we need to cut both of those out. And to assemble those handles, what we're going to do is take the back of the basket and put some tear-in tape. Tear-in tape is our strongest adhesive, which is perfect for this project. And you apply the tear-in tape. You can cut it or tear it, given that's how it got its name. You can tear the tape, which is super easy. Then what we're going to do is take this oval and place it right on the back and adhere that. So I've already done one ahead of time, so we need both of those done. So we've got that taken care of. For the box part of the basket, we need a piece of cardstock that's cut 3 3/4 by 4 1/8, and we need to score this at all 4 sides at 1 1/4. So you're going to score one side, score the other side, and keep rotating this until you've scored all 4 sides. And then what you need to do is cut into the intersection on all 4 tabs, and I also take out a little wedge of cardstock on all 4 tabs. This helps when you shape the box to eliminate some bulk right in that area. I've applied the tear-in tape on the 2 center tabs, whoops, flew away, on one side, and then on the other side on the 4 end tabs. So what I'm going to do is remove the backing and shape one side of the box at a time. So you're going to peel this backing piece off. This paper piercer works really slick for doing that. And if it doesn't come off very easy, just apply some more pressure and that will remove. So we're going to bring that up, fold that in, and bring this tab over and this tab over. Now this is the perfect width for the Cadbury Easter egg. But what we have to be careful about is when we place that egg down in that basket, the box, it's too far down. We want that out or up a little bit. So we're going to create a base for that. The base will be a strip of cardstock that is 1 1/2 by 4 7/8, scored at 1 1/8, 7 1/8, 3, and 3 1/4. If you're going to make several of these, I would suggest that you cut a piece of cardstock at 4 7/8 and do your 4 score lines and then cut it to 1 1/2. That will save you some time. So to assemble this, we have tear-in tape on one side, and the dimensionals are what we're going to put on the other tab to adhere to the bottom of the box. The other problem about the Cadbury Easter egg, it's going to wobble in here. So we're going to create a hole using a 1-inch circle punch in that center tab. So I'm not going to measure this. I'm going to line it up this way and line it up this way and punch the circle. This way, when the egg sits on that base, it's not going to wobble as much. So to assemble this, we're going to peel off the tear-in tape backing and create a cylinder type base. So we're just going to wrap this around and create a base like this. I've already attached the dimensionals. I'm putting 3 on here, and I found that these work better for adhering to the bottom than the tear-in tape. They're a little bit more flexible. So there we have it. So now what we can do is continue assembling. Whoa, brought a few extra things in here. I better make sure we separate those. Got to be careful with that tear-in tape adhesive. It's very strong, and if you place it down the wrong position, it pretty much will stay in that position, so do be careful with that. It is perfect for assembling any 3D type projects. So there we have our little basket that when we place the egg in, it's a perfect height. So now what we need to do is apply these baskets and handles to each side. Because we have some, we don't have adhesive along this part of the handle, we're going to put the tear and tape on the basket on both sides. And I've done that ahead of time with another sample here. And we're going to take the tear and tape off. And, oops, everything's a little jumpy this morning. We're going to apply that right like so. Okay, then we're going to do that for the other side. And this basket is super easy to make with the right tools. And all of the product I'm using is from Stampin' Up. And apply that one on the bottom. And there we have the perfect little basket for our Cadbury Easter egg. So I would suggest that you take your shreddy and kind of place it down and make sure that it goes to the bottom of the basket, and then apply the amount that you want in your basket. Stampin' Up has some shreddy in our Occasions catalog. And then what you can do is take and tie a bow on one end of the handle. And then what I've got here is a greeting from the Teeny Tiny Wishes stamp set, available from Stampin' Up also, and the classic label punch, which is perfect to punch out this little Happy Easter image. Then what you can also do, I've got a lot of white space here, so I'm just going to slide that back into the punch and turn that up a little bit closer. And then I'm going to use a mini dimensional mini glue dot. I'm a little nervous. I'm still new to this videotaping, so I get a little nervous about certain things. So there we go. We have that. Add a bow just like this, and you've got a cute little Easter basket, perfect for the Cadbury egg. You want to check out my website, createwithterrygaines.com. I also have a video with the dimensions for the Cadbury Easter bunny and eggs and this cute little chocolate Easter bunny, along with how to get all the supplies to make these cute projects. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.